Greetings and a warm welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA channel and CEO at Trout, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of this week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, BlackRock announced that it is eliminating its DEI initiatives following similar announcements by Goldman Sachs and Citigroup, citing significant changes to the U.S. legal and policy environment under the Trump administration. Their dedicated DEI staff has been merged into the Talent and Culture Group. Many companies, especially those that rely on government contracts, are making similar moves, with publications and associations renaming or scrapping their DEI awards and related research projects. Big investment firms like BlackRock will be wary of ESG investments, as state retirement plans have already pulled back on firms that do. Where will this end? After just a month in office, it's not hard to speculate that we are just at the beginning of anti-DEI and ESG initiatives. Next story, even as he is being considered to head of the DOL's EPSA division, Encore President Dan Aronowitz wrote a lengthy article blasting the spat of forfeiture lawsuits and hailing the recent dismissal of the HP case. Aronowitz stated, "We live in an era of regulation by litigation," claiming that plaintiffs' attorneys have been the primary fiduciary police. He argued that there is no obligation for plans to use forfeiture accounts to reduce participant expenses versus delivering on promised benefits, though he did acknowledge issues like in the charter communication case recently filed by Jerry Schlichter, where plan documents were not followed. Can we expect a more proactive DOL EPSA if Aronowitz is confirmed, which might be difficult if he follows Trump's mandate that 10 rules must be eliminated for every new one promulgated? Next story, a McKinsey report sounded an alarm about the looming wealth advisor shortage, which could reach 100,000 by 2034. Noting that the demand for fee-based service has risen, with revenue increasing 60% over the past 10 years, with personalized advice relationships climbing from 53 million in 2024 to an estimated 70 million in 2034, they offered suggestions on how financial advisory firms can respond. Along with AI and better talent acquisition, McKinsey noted that teams using centralized services are more productive, citing, for example, centralized lead generation, which many current firms still struggle with. Not mentioned is leveraging DC plans to more easily find new clients and hidden wealth, all of which could further fuel advisor M&A, as larger firms with access to capital are more likely to be able to leverage tech like AI, recruit and retain talent, as well as offer centralized services, making advisors more productive and eliminating unpopular tasks like cold calling. Next story, partnering with DeSia's Retirement Research Council, MFS published their 2024 Plan Sponsor Survey, providing insight into what plans are concerned about and their focus. Highlights of the report include continued focus and concern about litigation and regulations, especially Secure 2.0 implementation, lukewarm response to implementing retirement income, with just 70% very or extremely likely to offer it within the next 12 to 18 months. Those 61% claim that the participants have access to an advisor. 38% get it through a managed account, reducing investment options. Though tilted towards larger DC plans, the issues seem to be germane for most of the market. Final story, any fragmented industry that can consolidate eventually will, is a concept outlined in the Harvard Business Review, the consolidation curve. That theme has played out and will continue to do so in the defined contribution industry, with plan sponsors now stepping up, shaping its future. Read my recent wealthmanagement.com column about how, as plan sponsors wake up, there will be more focus on advisor due diligence and RFPs, which will in turn result in further consolidation of advisors, just as it did with record keepers. And last but not least, last week's LinkedIn poll asked, how has the wave of ERISA litigation affected participants? Most of you believed it resulted in lower fees, while just a few thought that it has hurt participants. So those were the most important stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading, covering what DOL layoffs could mean for DC plans, Ray J hires their first AI chief, Betterment pitches solo K to RIAs, 401 Go partners with iSolved, and what isn't financial planning. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you would like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.